Sunday, April 13th, and the Dome Bombers podcast is back. And I'm your host, Christian Kruger, and joined again by Neal Mieski. We don't know where the leprechaun went. We're just lifelong Astros fans that love to talk about the Astros. So, boys, let's go. Episode 78. We are 15 games into the season. Our mutton busting leprechaun is at some concert. I think he said Barry Manilow. I wasn't sure exactly who.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. That
I
sounds
don't
about right.
know. Yeah, it sounds about right. I don't know where he is. He's our music buff of the trio. But whatever. He says he's going to join us. We know how that goes. So um, here we are. Astros go 3-3 for the week. Shocker. They're 7-8. Were there some positives? Yes. We're going to touch on a couple things that I saw there. Were there some negatives? Oh, yes, there were. We're going to touch on them as well. 15 games in, there's a lot that can change. But Mieski, after the win today, they won 7-3 today. Took 2 of 3 from the Angels. Lost 2 of 3 from the Mariners on the road. What are your quick thoughts as we get this podcast rolling?
Yeah. We're sitting. I mean, we are about average. Uh, as far as the
One person on this podcast said they would 82 wins.
yes, yeah. I mean, I'm a little bit higher than that. I'm, me, the ultimate optimist.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's not you.
oh yeah, that's right. Which, by the way, how does Dorton go from 105 wins to whatever that garbage was? Anyways,
Barry Manilow, that's how.
yes. Uh, yeah, I mean, like this week was it was a little frustrating, yet it was a little, I mean, when you think big picture, you lay it all out on the season. Um, you go to Seattle and you have a chance to win a series and you don't. And I know we're gonna talk about that in detail, but kudos to our pitching staff keeping us in those games. Our bats were as we've documented, but come home and we essentially did what we were supposed to do. I know I picked 3-3. I think you did too.
I did. I'm picking
Um,
I'm picking 3-3 all year to be
the
boring
rest.
until they change my opinion.
hmm Um, but I really like the Pollock on the mound, Wesneski.
He is one of my positives. I like him too.
Yeah, I mean
We
he's a
we 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 joke that his name's Hayden Wesneski, but
yeah.
there's he's got some stuff there.
Yeah, from one Pollock to another, I can appreciate
Hmm.
that. We did see some signs of life in the first home game when we scored 14 runs.
Can I ask you a
And
question? What was the text message? What was the
yes,
text message that I sent to you two when it was 14-3 and we were gonna win the game? What was
you
the text message I sent?
and you nailed it. You said, "Well, we'll score one run tomorrow."
I said my prediction for tomorrow is we will score 1 run.
Yes, and they scored one run. Uh,
And I'm not Nostradamus. I fully admit I have made wrong predictions. It's just what the Astros do.
we've watched them for years, like 40 years. I mean, yes, and nobody disagreed with you. Nobody
No,
said,
no, no,
no,
no, no, they did not.
no, we're not. We're back.
You know, you'd think you'd get the text message, "Oh, let's get hot. We're gonna stay hot." No, we've seen this.
Yes, yeah, nobody jumped on that positive bandwagon just yet. So no, I mean, yeah, it's early, right? I mean, the way you could look at it, I think I told you this earlier, is we just beat the AL West leaders in a home series. If I
That's probably the last time you're gonna have to say that.
that's the most positive thing that's going on right now. What else do you want? I mean, if I
I've got a couple positive tidbits.
but yeah, okay. So I'll let you go. All in all, this is kind of what we anticipated, right? I mean, we're April baseball, kind of finding ourselves and digging through it, figure out, pitching staff, Arrighetti, Gusto, maybe, maybe McCullers soon.
Not
Uh,
going there. Not taking that bait. Mm-mm.
so I don't know. It's the beginning of the year, right? And we're kind of establishing ourselves. Paredes, I mean, I think he deserves a little hat tip. So it's things are developing, and you know, again, none of us last week really look out there and just scream what we've had. I mean, and this is kind of a talk sidebar-ish, but we get hit sometimes on being negative, and I don't know if we're negative or sometimes just real. And you've got one end that you just blindly love the Astros and you don't care they lose whatever 10 in a row and that's still my Astros. Well, that's not us, you know.
Hold on a second. We do blindly love them because we've been part of that.
It's more of family. Like family, you can call them out, right? I mean, yes, we
I mean, we're fans. Like, I'm with you. Like you lose seven straight, there's nothing wrong with like what are we doing? Like, I, it's 40 years of fandom. Like whatever. You're right. We talked a little bit about this before we started recording. Sure, and that's why I want to start with a couple of positive tidbits. We do need to talk about the disaster in Seattle, um, because there I have some concerns that I'm going to bring up.
okay.
But it's 15 games, so there's still 147 left. I hate saying that, but it's true. Um, and so let's let's. I mean, it's fandom. I mean, fandom. We can criticize all we want. And that's it's we have PTSD from a lot of times.
We've got
Now
scars.
we also love 17 and 22, so those years. So,
Sure.
all right, let's talk about a few positives.
Well, what I mean, is this your
Oh,
overall? I mean, where you are?
um, yeah, fair. You took one of mine, which is I love. I do think there's something there with Hayden Wesneski. They wouldn't have they wouldn't have included him in the trade if not. They feel like there's something there. I don't know what his ceiling is. 10 Ks today. I like that though because there's a lot
Yeah.
of swing and miss. That's a good sign. He's probably that perfect fifth starter. Um, so good. Hey, if we can win 60% of his starts, I mean, you would sign up for that right now. Like, if
From a five, yes. I mean,
yes.
and really, I mean, he is our five with Arrighetti's situation.
Well, we need to talk about that too. But
Okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah, and 60 is probably a strong number from your five, but 55%. I mean, honestly, if you break even, you're probably feel good about it. But
Sure.
he's got something there. I like it. I like where he's at. Low expectation. He's got some stuff. So I do like it positive. Ryan Gusto gave up some runs. I really like him. I just like his, I don't know if it's moxie. Of course, the story's awesome.
Yeah, the pep.
They're gonna overplay it all year. I get it.
Sure.
I like it. I just like the way he kind of pitches. So there's something there as well. Obviously, Spencer Arrighetti taking, I guess, was throwing and stretching in Seattle. BP ball was yelled. He was yelled at. The ball was coming his way. Puts his hand over his head to protect his head, and it hits his right thumb and breaks his thumb. Now that's just typical Astros. However, he doesn't need surgery. I'm
Good.
thinking. I'm thinking. I thought I saw 4 weeks.
I,
Might be
I
a
have
little. Might be a
I
little
have this.
strong.
Yeah, I have this pulled up. It says He'll be in a cast for about 2 more weeks, and General Manager Dana Brown said Friday he could be out 6.
Okay, so 6 or 7. That's fine. That's better than it being completely broken with surgery.
Surgery would have put I mean, we know how surgeries go.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Um, yeah, that was I've never figured out why pitchers field batting practice. I've never figured that out. This is not the first time this has happened. Whatever. I bet he never does it again. But okay, so there's that. Because I mean, we talked about last podcast being razor thin, and we are razor thin. Um, Izaac Paredes, 3 home runs, 3 straight games. Love seeing that. There's that pull power.
Yep.
Man, I really do think he's going to be a pretty good hitter for the Astros. I think he's probably going to be a better hitter at home than he will on the road, just because of
Okay.
the Crawford boxes. And I'm okay with that. What I like about him is at least he works the pitcher and tries to get on base. Not afraid
Yes.
to take a walk. So I like his defense has not been a liability yet. I've been pleasantly surprised with that. Um,
And he leads the team in OPS, by the way.
well, yeah, because he's the only one that's got 3 home runs.
Altuve.
That's okay.
Altuve has. But yes, I mean,
Cam Smith hits his first home run. That was
yes,
cool.
good for
Hits a
him.
bomb. He needs more bats. He needs to play every day. I don't know why they sit him.
Yeah.
It is clear that the first couple of games were overwhelming. I'm sure they were at 22. They did sit him then. I think he should have played through it. But it's clear that now the more bats he's getting, I'm seeing a Major League Baseball player and a Major League Baseball hitter. Play the kid. I don't care where you put him in lineup. I don't care. Just play him. He's athletic. He's made a couple of good plays out in the outfield. Someone's never played out there. He's just uber athletic and big and strong.
Yeah, there's a lot of positives with him, or a lot of encouraging things, I should say. I mean, and we talked about talk about him for a second here, not to cut you off, but what how long are we going to do the Cam Smith to Zenzo thing? I mean, is
I
this
think it.
you
I
think
think it's
that's
more.
what we're doing?
I think it's moronic.
Yeah, I mean, it's not fair really to either guy.
Nope. Agreed.
And so, I mean,
Well, and
Cam's
they both hit right-handed. Like so, they're it's stupid.
yeah, and DeZenzo it looks like he's seeing less time, of course. I mean,
He's another one that needs more bats. He needs more bats.
yeah, I don't know how I feel about all that. Or I do know, I don't like it. I'm with you. Um, I mean, it's either like he's okay, you know the coaching world. Like you bring a young guy up and you either play him or you move him, right? And I mean, he's DeZenzo's got 5 games in.
I'm going to drop a name here.
Okay.
I know I've told you this before. Todd Dodge once told me, for every sophomore you start on your high school football team on defense, you can count a loss.
Hmm.
That's not because they're not the best player. It's, I mean, and I know it's a different sport, but it's just,
There's
it's
something
youth.
about it. Yeah.
It's youth.
Experience, yes, or lack of.
However, however, we don't really have better options. Dubon is playing too much. Um, just move Altuve back and play DeCenzo in left and put Cam Smith in right, and let's go.
I'd be fine. I
I
mean,
know. Like, you know why though? You know why you're fine and why I'm fine? There's
because
no
it
better
makes
options,
sense. Yeah, because it makes sense.
and there's no better option.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know doesn't I mean Brandon Rogers, we've kind of hit him up a little bit, but I mean just okay, you know, but I still the infatuation of Altuve playing in left field.
But Brendan Rodgers is like everyone else. He gets
Yeah,
right-handed.
I'm with you, but I'm just saying, like, is that our best lineup? Or is this just a signal that this is a transition year?
Yeah, I mean that's a loaded question. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. I would play the best nine, and I've got I've got a I know weird. I've got I'm going to ask you a question here in a minute, but I want to tackle because it kind of dovetails into that question that I want to ask us to ponder.
Okay.
But we got to tackle we've got to tackle the disaster in Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my issue. Do teams come back? Yes, they do. Um, Here is what I'm seeing as a pattern. We have been very, very easy. I don't know another word on Espada.
It's funny you say this. Okay, go ahead. We hadn't talked
Well,
about this yet. So the fact that you
we
said
have not.
Espada, okay,
We have not. We have not. It's time. He got his year. He got his free pass. No more.
agreed.
And and some of this that I'm gonna bring up was on our text message. Some of it was not, and I think you're thinking similar. Okay, so let's tackle this. They were up 5-0 in what? The seventh inning, correct?
I've got it pulled up here.
It was
So
five. I'm pretty sure it was 5-0 going into the seventh.
it was five, three, four, five, going to the bottom of the eighth.
Bottom of the eighth, even more. Okay. So here's my issue. And we'll tackle this and then get back to my question. Hunter Brown was lights out.
6 innings, 2 hits.
He was lights out. He looked like the best pitcher in the ballpark, including the Seattle guys. He was lights out. Okay. Pitch count. All right. I understand pitch count. There's no one that understands pitch count more than me. I deal with it on a travel ball. I deal with it in little league. I understand pitch count. I'm a huge proponent of pitch counts, but these are not travel ball and little league kids. These are Major League Baseball players.
He was at
However,
90. He was at 98.
yes, which I
Yep.
do think is it's time for okay, we need to get someone needs to be ready to go.
Yep.
Why do we do this? Why do we do this? It almost always backfires. 6 innings, shutout, bring him back out, and the second a guy gets a base hit or a walk, you pull him. What you're trying to do is you ride him out for an out or two, know that he's on a short lease, and the second he gets into trouble, you got a guy ready. Hopefully you still an out or two, maybe an inning, likely an out or two. That's okay. 110, 108, fine. And the second he walks the guy or the velo drops, take him out. But this unwritten rule where 6 innings over, 98 pitches, let's get our bullpen ready, pisses me off. I hate it. I said it before they even scored a run. You have the text message. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it because it backfires more than it works. And you understand as a pitching coach and as a team that he's batter to batter from that point, right? Oh, he needs 7 pitches on that batter, got an out. That's his max. Pull him. But you know what you did? You stole an out, and and they now do not have the lead runner on. I cannot stand this BS when a guy goes out there and goes a 2-hit, 6 inning shutout, and we're not playing batter by batter. I can't stand it. It
So
frustrates the hell out of me. And Espada's bullpen management is pissing me off.
um, I'm okay with it.
I'm not.
I'm okay in April.
It
Like
fails more than it succeeds.
I think in this case, to me, the frustration is not on this situation is not with
Oh,
Espada.
I've got more on Espada though. I've got more, but
Okay, and so I just have the mindset that you got to figure out what some of these dudes in that bullpen are about.
I don't have a
And,
problem with that.
and so 6 innings, 98. It's at this time at the end of the sixth inning when we're pulling him, it is 4-0. All right,
Yeah, because we scored one in the top of the seventh.
correct. Top of the eighth.
Top days. Okay.
So it goes 7-0, and then they score four in the eighth and three in the ninth. So we bring in Sousa, who so this is I'm looking at the box score and I can't remember because I didn't watch it live, but here it says
I watched a lot of it live.
oh, okay, so it says Sousa comes in.
Bennett
Yes.
Sousa.
So he comes in and he gets one out and walks two. So then they bring in Contreras and he gets us out of the inning, gets us out of the seventh.
Yep.
So then
I
he
hate I hate when relievers come in and walk people. By the way, I hate it.
I know because I constantly and I know what else you hate more than anything, walking the first batter of
Oh
the
my
inning.
God.
And I have
I,
I have text messages to prove that
probably 1,000.
every time. Um, so Contreras comes back out of the dugout. Now,
Yep.
to me, that's the like error on Espada.
Well, it's
Like
not like Contreras was dealing, meaning he's already been sent down and then back up due to Aaron Getty's injury.
so that's the problem. Like the guy ended the inning, got out of it, no runs.
A jag. He's a jag.
So
Well,
let's let's yeah.
let's see what he does in the eighth inning. Go ahead and tell
No,
us, because I was
no,
watching it.
no. And my thinking is that's a win for him. That's a
I
confidence thing.
agree with you. I
Okay.
agree with you. I'm saying, please tell us what he did when he came out in the eighth inning, because I watched it, so I know what he did.
I'm gonna
I'm
give you
doing it
this.
for I'm gonna
Yeah,
do it for our listeners.
I'm gonna give you the stat line on his. He ends up giving up one hit, three runs, two walks, and no outs. Right. So then we bring in Okert, who gives up a hit, a run, and one home
Puts
run.
Ch puts Cheddar right across the middle of the plate, and Randy Arozarena, who I loathe as well, sits there and watches it as it scrapes the wall and goes over. Now, it was a grand slam, but what blows my mind is we're still winning by a run.
Yes. And then in the ninth,
After that disaster, we're still at 5-4.
and then we go to the ninth and we get a run. And so then it becomes 6-4. And that's when the guy that we're counting on, Brian Abreu, comes in, and I'm going to give you his stat line. Three hits, three runs, two walks, including the last bases loaded walk
Yep.
to end the game.
Walks
So,
kill.
uh, so my frustration is on my frustration with Espada was putting Contreras back out there. Shouldn't have done that. Not
Oh,
hindsight.
I've got more. I've got more.
And then, but I mean, Abreu, be better,
Yes. Agreed.
be
100%.
better.
And
And
I've got a little side note there too. Like, this isn't all on Espada, even though he's a manager. He's not throwing, pitching, catching, fielding, hitting either.
right.
Because there's a couple people I'm going to call out in the lineup. If you know I know you know where I'm going on one.
So, um, yeah, that's frustrating.
It's beyond, and so I'm going to take it a step further before we attack some of the lineup. Hunter Brown leads the game. We're up 4-0. We pitch the seventh. We score a run, make it 5-0 in the eighth. 5-0. Not 17, not 12, not 9, not 8, not 7, not 6, 5-0.
78.5% chance of winning the game at that time.
Well, let's just pull everyone out of the lineup because we're going to win. Meaning Jordan. I believe he pulled someone else out. What are we doing? What are we doing against a division rival? You can step on the back of their neck for the game, win the series. It's 5-0, and let's start pulling people out of the lineup. So
Yeah,
then
you
we
got a chance
fall.
to
So
win a
then
road series.
we fall behind, and now we have our spares coming up to try to tie the game or win the game instead of our best players. That pisses me completely off. And that is bad management.
Um,
Again, 9-0, 10-0, 14-3, like it was against the Angels. Got no problem with it. 5-0 in a Major League Baseball game. No, no.
it's just
What are we? I mean, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I don't even know. I don't want to look back. He pulled more than Jordan. Who
it
else did he
was
pull?
Cam. I mean, yeah, Smith. Yeah, he put in McCormick defensive. You would say.
I thought he pulled someone. I thought he pulled Altuve. Did he not?
Nah, he pulled Alvarez from left. He put Dubon out there. Put McCormick in right for Cam,
Well, then they all came back up.
and scored a run in the ninth. Though, I mean, it's I get what you're saying. Like, I don't know. I just it's one of those deals. It's an ugly loss, and you're gonna have minimum five of those a year.
I guarantee you, if Hunter Brown comes out in that seventh inning and gets 1 or 2 outs, we don't. That never happens. Now,
Mm,
but yeah, but what are you gonna do? The guy comes out, hits a solo home run off of him. Then it's 4-1. You pull him anyway. You're back to the bullpen. It's not gonna
yeah.
happen. It's unnecessary.
So
10, 10
you're
to
just
12
saying,
pitches, dude. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I'm so irritated by this. I'm gonna find them. I cannot stand. Why are we going to spare bullpen guys when you're not leading by that much and you've got a bulldog on the mound, steal an out or two? I'm not asking him to throw a complete game. I'm not asking him to go past the seventh inning. Steal an out or two. The other team is frustrated. They're not seeing the ball right. You got a dude on the mound, steal an out or two. Don't shit on everything that he's done for 6 innings, and that'll be edited, and put a freaking um put a freaking spare to lose the game.
sure. Yeah, it wasn't our greatest moment, to say the least.
But I feel like it can be. It doesn't have to be like. And I know they're all Major League Baseball players, but Bennett Sosa and Luis Contreras, really? After that dude has thrown 6 innings of two-hit ball,
Yeah, it's gross. It is gross. But and like I said, I think you're gonna have at a minimum five of those. I'm not saying that drastic of a comeback, but games that you go, we absolutely blew that.
well, now I've got a topic. I am on I am on the starter getting pulled after 6 innings who's dealing. I'm going to count our record all year now, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to see what we were the last 10
Yeah,
years.
that's
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it because you have an out. Like if he goes in there and does what I hate, walks the leadoff guy, Joe Spada walks out there. You're in the same spot, but you at least tried to steal an out or two. What if he goes out and does ground ball to short, strikeout, pop up to first base? Now you've stole 3 outs, which is three less than your Jag bullpen has to cover, and he's thrown 112 pitches. I mean, come on.
I mean, and I get that. Do you have any concerns with Hunter Brown throwing over 100 pitches in April.
No, he's a Major League Baseball player. He's 26-ish years old. I mean, at some point, you got to be a man. I'm not asking him to throw 140 pitches. I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
but look, I mean, look at our track record of Astro pitchers. I mean,
Yeah, we're too soft.
we invented Tommy John.
Well, they talked about this on the broadcast, and this is what you're going to be hearing. This is going to be a down the road problem. Is he's going to be on the next World Baseball Classic team for the United States, and that's where Luis Garcia, Jose Urquidy, and Christian Javier all through, and they all
Yeah.
had freaking arm problems after it. I
Was
don't
that
think
next year?
Javier. I think Javier was a playoff after he's in playoffs innings, but the other two were definitely. Yeah, next
That
season.
that's next season. Yeah.
Yeah, it's every 2 years.
Altuve playing again? You would think, huh?
I would assume so. I
Left
don't.
field? Left field?
I don't know, but he's playing some second base now. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I think that's what they need to do. All right. Okay. Did we cover all of your Espada or your stuff you wanted to bring up?
So my thing with Espada,
Because he's starting to piss me off.
um, my thing with him, and it's kind of hard to pinpoint, and I'm not. This isn't some sort of like egregious thing in my mind, but it's one of those things that, like, sometimes, like you said, okay, first year you get the pass, but there's always seems to be an event that takes place that draws attention to the manager, and you go, the clock has started. Like, okay,
Yeah.
like
Right.
the free pass days are over, and I just get that feeling that that Seattle game turned some heads, right? And again, and I'm not so much because of the Hunter Brown pulling him. Um, mine is a little bit more of the Contreras to Okert.
That's just as bad. I'm with you. Like I
Yeah,
knew there was multiple things there. I'm pulling Jordan. We're up 5-0.
yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, it's unfortunate. It sucked. He didn't make the pitches. He didn't,
All right.
Abreu, blah, 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 blah. But it's just one of those moments that you go, you just look over and you go, it's not on you. It's not on you, Espada. It's not. But you're the manager.
All right. Let me give you in your world terms. You're playing your arch rival. It's late third quarter.
Sure.
You're up 28-0. Okay.
And you blew it.
And it's probably not 28. Football terms is probably less than that, because 5 runs.
Let's
Yeah, it's
call it,
probably less than that. It's
call
probably
it
20.
17.
Yeah, 20, 17-20 to nothing
Yeah.
because they haven't scored. You know why? Because you got some bad dudes on defense,
Yeah.
and
And
you
you
guys are
put,
shutting them down.
you
You're at
put
the
in this,
you're 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and you say we're up 3 scores. We got them. Let me
yeah.
put in the sophomores that haven't played yet on this level.
Yeah. Let's put the superintendent's kid in.
Is that not a fireable offense if you lose that game?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it calls attention.
But that's the same. You're not mad about. I mean, I guess one of your biggest issues isn't taking Jordan out. That's the biggest. That's in your world. That's almost the equivalent. The best as we can make it reality, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know, but like I said, I don't. You're saying the mismanagement was
A number of
pulling.
things.
Well, I'm just saying I don't know that it was.
I'm saying it's all of it.
Yes, and I guess I'm a little bit more broad of like, you tried something, it didn't work.
Yeah, but look in the one game, all the stuff that he tried, and you know what he got?
I know, an L.
Hey, hey,
Yes. So I'm just saying, like, okie dokie. Like,
Yeah, clock starts.
that's just, yeah. And again, I would have liked for Brian Abreu to go out there and do what Brian Abreu should have
I
done and got the ninth and
agreed.
closed it out. And we don't really.
He's never been the same since 23. I don't know what it is.
So it's unfortunate for a manager, for a head coach, for well, all those things when your players don't back you up on a decision.
Well,
And
you're fair. I would love to take his role right. I'd take his role right now and let them not back me up on my decisions.
mhm, you should be the manager.
Oh, dude. We would either go 130 and 32 or we would go 30 and 32. Nowhere in between.
Oh gosh.
It'd be fun though.
Oh, in just 1 year, just 1 year.
1 year. That's all I want. Give me the
There,
next 147. I'll take the next 147. 1 year. I'll save the Astros a ton of money. Pay me 400 grand. I'll probably take less, but that's a good number.
I was gonna say, pay you $40 and you'd probably take it.
I, pro- I would pay them $40 to do it.
Yes, okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so you're the manager. You've paid
God,
four.
that would be fun. Hmm.
I
I'd
cannot.
light I'd light some asses up.
Boy, they'd love you.
Some would, some wouldn't. I'm telling you, we're either going 132 and 30 or 30 and 132. There is no in between.
How many how many innings are our starters gonna throw?
A lot.
They better be like able to throw right and left-handed.
Probably. Probably.
Man, Hunter Brown.
Which, by the way, just so you know, is totally contradicts what I do. And I'm not, you know this, we've had these conversations offline. Totally contradicts what I do in youth baseball. Like last night, for instance, I threw 40, 32, 19, and 17 because they're 11 and 12 years old. And I see the abuse. You know why we have Tommy John? I mean, we've had this. I don't want to get on that
Yes.
soapbox. Is
Yes.
all the uses of kids, yeah. But at Hunter Brown, oh, he's coming out for the seventh inning, and I know that I have to go batter by batter. Are we talked about it? Let's change subjects.
I don't know.
God, man, I want to
I like the idea of you paying $40 to be the manager.
sign me up. Tell me when.
$60?
And
Okay. I got to think about that
okay,
one.
is Yanier Diaz Martin Maldonado?
No. No.
Fair question so far.
Um,
This year, it's a fair question.
okay. I say no, but you are comparing him to
And
Maldonado,
who we
the
hate. I
you
know.
absolutely hate. And I want to say that if we went back a couple episodes, or I guess it was last week, you said that he would hit over 21. Was it 21 homers?
Something like that. I don't feel great on that, by the way. I thought I said
Uh,
under.
I don't know. I don't know,
No,
but you
I no no no. I said under because I didn't
okay.
like his. I think the Leprechaun was the only one that went over.
He
No,
should be
I
in
think
any second, by the way.
yeah. I think I went.
Okay. But you set the line at 21 and a
Yeah,
half,
21 and a
maybe?
half, something like that. Yeah. He
So
did
you,
finally hit a home run this week, by the way,
yeah.
which Martin Maldonado used to do as well.
Hmm. So I'm questioning you on because I mean, if we go back a couple years to Dusty, you hated
With
Dusty
hated.
because he wouldn't play
Well, I
Diaz.
didn't know. I didn't know that he was Martin Maldonado's little brother. None of us knew that.
So are you saying you think Diaz's future is Maldonado?
I hope not. I was saying a little bit of that tongue in cheek, but
Okay.
man,
You don't think
It's
this is
not.
just 19 or whatever, 16, 15 games in, struggle bus?
I mean, I was so glad to see him freaking hit a grand slam and get a double and more. I mean, that's a good sign, but like I'm not in love with what's going on with him right now.
Should they play Caratini more?
They did today. I'm of course I'm saying some of this,
Oh, but
you know.
I'm not gonna let you play both sides.
I know I understand that's fair. I don't have a problem with that. Like I'm I know you're gonna I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna go Switzerland and be all it's too early, it's too late.
I
I mean,
I think there's some concerns. I would say he's not Maldonado because he don't play that great of defensive catcher. Maldi was better.
ooh,
If you're saying that,
that's
I mean, you don't, what do you think?
a young Maldi, sure. The old Maldi, no.
I mean, don't forget Maldonado called great games.
Oh my gosh. Why this is and it's my fault. I understand. I fully take this. Why are we talking about him? You know
Just
why? Because Yonder Diaz's WRC plus is 14, which by the way is up from negative 17 last week. He
sounds like
is
over
he
doubled it.
is he is Jose Abreu territory right now.
Mm.
That's a name that I never wanted to mention again.
I don't even know who that is. I mean, he's got 5 hits this year and 42 at bats, though.
He's 5 for 42,
Yes, sir.
and three of those came the other night.
Sounds like he's on fire to me. Mm.
And we scored one run the next game. Predicted. Oh, he
I
doesn't look
mean,
great, man. He does not look great.
10 strikeouts, too. One out of every basically four plate appearances, he's striking out. So it's not just like, he's making good contact, not having any luck or whatever.
Okay,
Uh,
so you're confident this is going to get
mm,
fixed at his potential.
I'm confident that 42 plate appearances at the beginning of the year is not a fair representation of where he's going to be. Now, could he end up sucking it up the rest of the year and uh, you know, we're calling for his head? Yeah, that's possible. That's possible.
Okay, I'm looking up something real quick. I did look up his WRC plus. He's at 14. Congratulations. Okay, I want you right now. Not, I don't want to go on track record. I don't want you to go on anything other than what I'm
Okay.
about to ask. This was a question I was going to ask you earlier.
Okay.
Seriously, I'm talking about right now.
Instinct reaction. You got it.
Well, just current state of what's going on. I want you, and I'll help, and me and you together. I want us to name. Huh, interesting. Okay, this gives me a little more firepower here. I mean, not firepower, but feedback. That data. All right. I want us to name the top 5 or 6 hitters on the Astros, not based on anything other than right now.
Uh, Altuve. So I can't say Jordan. I mean,
Yes, you 100% can.
okay. So Altuve, Jordan. You got to
I
go
don't
with
think I don't think any. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like it can be taken different ways. I don't think there's anyone's going to argue with you that you put Jordan in the top two. I
I
mean,
mean, are you,
he's
I guess
also
what I'm
struggling. I
saying is,
understand.
yeah, I mean, are you saying like you can't take past the past
Well, I mean,
into,
just I think we'll disagree is why I'm asking this question. So give me your
okay.
who do you think are the top
So I'm going,
6 hitters?
okay. So you got to go Altuve, you got to go Jordan, you got to go Paredes, you got to go Walker. Uh,
Why? Okay, can I ask a question?
yeah,
First three, I don't argue. Walker, who I love, by the way.
struggling
You're putting him in there because of history. That's why you're putting him in there.
for sure.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like I was trying to ask the question without putting in. I know
So,
it's subject. I get it. I understand, but like Walker would not be one of my top six hitters right now on the Astros, and I'm a Walker fan, and I love the signing.
but so are you saying in our first 15 games, like
Yeah,
currently?
sure. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know, it's tough, right? You're going to think differently than I am on it, but I knew we would get to a spot and we would disagree, which is why I wanted to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it becomes like you got to pump the brakes a little bit and go, but I guess
I
you've got,
agree. I'll tell you this. I agree with the first three. I don't agree. Walker right now is four.
well, it in the first 15 games, if that's what we're going by, then it becomes a hodgepodge.
I know. That's why I asked the question.
So to
I asked the, you know, I asked the question for a reason.
sure. I mean, it just is one of those like if you can't take the history of a player, I mean, here, let me look at this. I mean, not that average is the best, but
Yeah, it's not anymore. I mean, I still love looking at him, but no, it's really not.
I mean, Altuve, Paredes, uh, Victor Caratini in his 9 games, Jake Myers and Brendan Rodgers are both 250, which is in the top six.
I will say this. I've been a Jake Myers basher. I mean, he's one of the few that has started off really good. Now, we
Hmm.
also, again, if we're going to, you know, he's a very streaky player.
And if he's at his peak at 250,
Take it.
but what's behind the peak, you know, the valley is coming. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what's yours? I mean, is that your point that,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. But so in current state, I apologize. I mean, I'm not trying to like, you can't put history.
no,
And of course, history goes in. I don't know how to ask the question. But if you told me right now, the best hitter on the Astros is Jose Altuve. Right now, the second best hitter on the Astros is Izaac Paredes.
yeah,
Now, Jordan is struggling, but I can't put him lower than three.
you can't put yeah,
I mean, Jordan's three in my world.
behind Isak
So,
right now.
well, yeah, just because Isaac's hit 3 home runs in 3 games. I mean, you know,
And he,
but you also got to factor in he gets the benefit of hitting in front of Jordan. You know, there's benefits there, man. And that's why I think there's also benefits of Walker hitting behind Jordan, and he's struggling.
yeah,
So I'm doing this for a reason. Because you know who I think right now is the fourth best hitter on the team? And again, it could change next week.
who?
I think it's Cam Smith.
Mm,
Just stretch, but he needs more bats. He needs to play every day.
he does.
You know what his WRC plus is after struggling, starting the year to struggle?
What is it now?
100, 100, which is the average Major League Baseball player.
Hmm.
Now, it'll change drastically one way or the other because of his lack of at bats and playing time. And you can make an argument Jake Myers is probably four, but let's say you put Jake Myers at four right now. Okay, who's five? Christian Walker based on history? Okay, fair. I understand that argument. He's not. He's not right. Not current. Not current situation as an Astro. He's not.
Does does Jordan take off when Christian Walker takes off?
I mean, it makes it harder, sure.
I
But
mean,
Jordan really should have very low valleys of struggling because he's so good.
I'm
Like
just
I
saying,
I don't get why he's struggling. He doesn't look on time. He looks either behind or early. Like he's and I know it's out there on social media. He needs to play more in spring training. I don't want him hurt, but I kind of tend to agree. His timing looks off.
yeah, yeah. I just
I'm convinced he's 35 years old and not 27. He
maybe.
runs like he's 35. He's from Cuba. They've known to doctor their birth certificates. I think he's 35 years old.
Say that all together, like, and I'm gonna clip this, just that one thing, and put this on whatever TikTok. Just say
I'm convinced Jordan is 35 years old and not 27 or whatever he is because he's from Cuba. They've been known to document to make their birth certificates fraudulent for years. He runs and like he's 35 years old. He has knees like he's 35 years old, and his timing is off. And he needs to play more in the spring.
that'll work. Cut that up.
You're welcome.
Hmm.
I've
Oh
never,
man.
I, I don't know if I've ever seen him. I don't know if I've ever seen him start a season with his timing this bad. I mean, I'm telling you, you'll see one at bat and he'll be behind everything, and the next at bat he's in front of everything. Like when he's going, even when he's not necessarily producing a lot, he will hit piss missiles to center, piss missiles to right, piss missiles to second base. It's called bad luck because he's barreling the baseball. I'm not seeing that.
Maybe it's because he's not batting second.
I as much as I wish he would, I cannot complain with Izaac Paredes hitting in front of him because he gets on base. I
Well,
really can't.
but I mean, who's he got protecting him now?
You didn't even where does Cam Smith rank in the lineup?
Um, Based
And I
off of
know it's
15 games, not ninth.
no,
So
he just looks like a hitter.
he looks like a baseball player.
100%.
Yeah, he does. It's encouraging.
He looks more like a baseball player than Zach DeCenzo. And I think Zach DeCenzo should play every day.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I hadn't seen him only a handful of times this year.
Right. Well, I want you to know that I believe his WRC plus is only trailing Isak, Altuve, and Jake Myers.
Say that again.
Cam Smith's WRC
WRC play.
plus is only trailing Isak,
Altuve.
Altuve, and Jake Myers, and he's not trailing Jake Myers by much.
Boy, if I told you 15 games ago, if you made that statement before the season, that Jake Myers, WRC plus, was
It's like
going to be
108. It's like 108.
is
It's not
positive.
like
It's still positive.
I know. And remember, this is how we like to say it's only 15 games.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just think I think it's April. And again, I'm not I'm not jumping on anybody's good side, bad side. All we have to go by is history combined with 15 games. I'm I'm not I'm not going stupid one way or the other. Uh,
Jeremy Pena's is 83.
oh, and I think we had a over under on him.
Yeah, he needs to step it up.
I think, oh, yeah. it'd be nice. I think if Jeremy Pena's situation doesn't change this year, Bryce Matthews play short.
I mean, I think his future
I know
is
second.
second base. I don't think he's gonna play short next year. No, I don't. How do you spell Paredes?
P. Where is it?
R
P A
P A
R
R. I
E
found
D
him.
E S. Yeah.
I'm trying to check these numbers again. Yeah, him and Altuve. Altuve's 138. Paredes is 136. Now that's gone up a ton in the last 3 days, but hey, that's part of it. You know
Maybe
who's
he'll be.
hasn't gone up? Yanni or Maldonado's.
Yeah.
It went up one game.
Maybe we can have Paredes be the American League Player of the Week. That'd make me feel better.
That that date didn't bother me at all. It really didn't.
I don't know. Just some thoughts. Just some thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair. They both start off hot. It is amazing because I think you did say, oh, they've got these contracts. What are they motivated by? Well, they both come out hot.
Yeah, they did. Yes.
And Bregman hadn't come out hot to start in a long time.
Correct.
Um, we were not dude, Tucker's gonna get 350 to 400 million. We were never going to do that.
I agreed with the trade, and
I do too.
I would never back down from that. I
I
don't care.
mean, I mean, I'm not saying I promise you, I am not saying that Isaac Paredes is Kyle Tucker or Isaac Paredes, Cam Smith, and Hayden Wesneski. But let me tell you something. I'm not. I am going to compile all stats at the end of the year, and I'm going to see where we are comparing those three compared to Kyle Tucker because that's what it was. That is what it was. We traded our right fielder for three Major League Baseball players.
Correct.
So I am going to factor in final year stats, cost, and what he signs for. I'm going to because you have to.
I've read some Cubs message boards. They
They're
know
in
they,
love. They're in love with him.
but they know they ain't signing him.
Yeah,
They know that.
it's
They know that this.
$400 million.
Yeah, they know this is it. Uh, yeah, and again, Tucker's gonna. The better he plays, the better his contract's gonna be. Bregman, if I'm not mistaken, he gets to pick and choose how long he's in Boston.
Yeah, he gets to opt out if need be. He is making 40 Skrilla a year.
Why would he bail?
So
Yeah,
yeah, like
yeah,
now if he has an MVP type year, maybe you do.
yeah.
I will say, and you asked a great question 2 podcasts ago. Who would you take? I answered. I'm not changing. That's who I would take because I saw what he does in the postseason. But that guy did go to the only other place where his hitting stats would be neutral. Anywhere else he went, he was going to go to a ballpark that did not service his hitting ability, his career. He went to the one place,
Yeah.
which is, I get it. I mean,
Smart.
the hitting
Smart.
neutral. Yep, hitting neutral.
All right, let's do the pick'ems and then we'll wrap it up here. We've got 3 games at St. Louis starting tomorrow.
Man,
Uh,
these off days are all over the place.
well, now we're somewhat normal because we had this past Thursday off and we have next this Thursday off and then we have the next Thursday off and then we go into May, we have that Thursday off and then the following Thursday. So we're pretty consistent Thursday being off for through the second week in May, and then we go on a pretty steady stretch of 7, 14, it looks like 17 games in a row. Uh,
Hey, they have the same record as we do.
you talking about the Cards?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 3 games at St. Louis, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We have a bye, and then we go to the NL West. Do we go there? Yeah, right. Yeah, we go to the NL West leading who? Who's
NL what? West?
yeah,
San Diego Padres.
absolutely. 13-3. Good.
I feel like we get teams at the worst time.
I mean, we already knocked off the San Francisco Giants off of our list. Jesus, help us.
Okay.
So I'll go first, and I'm
Yeah,
going
it
to say,
sounds like you're ready to go for Dix. It's ought to be good.
um, they're both on the road. I say we steal the series in St. Louis, and I'm going to say, well, surprise, surprise, we're going to win one in San Diego, and here we are.
3-3.
Ah, weird, but that's
Guess
all.
what guess what I'm gonna say?
Uh,
3-3.
oh, really?
I'm not changing 3-3 until I see something different. I'm not doing it.
Which where are we winning two at?
St. Louis.
Okay,
I like our matchups. I say that and it'll be opposite, but
for sure. I mean,
no, I mean
we nailed the last week's matchups to where we said,
we shouldn't have. We should have been four and
"Oh,
two.
you're right, though." So tomorrow we've got
Fromber.
Fromber. Wait, is that who I think it is?
Yes, Sonny Gray. I saw that.
It's too late in the podcast to get down to Sunny Gray.
He's a
Should have
better
been
pitcher right now than
should have been an.
Justin Verlander.
We're not going to
Yes.
crack into it at the time.
We we will for one day. We will one day. He's
Uh,
a better pitcher right now. Okay, go ahead.
you think he'd be with us? Okay, so Tuesday would be Hunter Brown versus Fetty. Man, are we going to sweep the Cardinals?
I'll bet you on it. I bet we don't.
Who is going to pitch for Arrighetti? Gusto?
Gusto. Which I like. I mean, who do the Cardinals have?
Palente.
Yeah, it's one of their
Yeah,
prospects. I think
yeah.
I
He's
mean
2 and 0.
he's pretty good.
I mean, do you have to go for the Gusto on this?
Oh, you say, which
Oh,
isn't he?
that's right.
Did I see where he's struggling?
Oh, is he?
I don't know. Did you
Oh,
say
I did
he
not
was?
say. I did not say that. That would be weird that he would go someplace else and struggle. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. Like the rest of his career. All right.
mm.
Yeah, man. That's all I got. Jordan, what do you got? 6-0. Got it. All right, we got it. Glad you could join
What?
us.
He was going to be here. I think if we hang on just a minute.
You would think by now Barry Manilow would already be shut it down. You would think he's already done with his concert.
Oh man. Yeah,
Who do you
it's
think?
not.
Let's guess. Who do you think he's really seeing?
He didn't say, did he? So if he didn't
No,
tell
and
us,
I will say I've done this exercise before with him, and he's talked about musicians or bands, and I'm like, never heard of them.
yeah,
So that's likely what it is. I think he was taking the daughters to it, so it's
yeah,
obviously going to be something kid friendly. But I just like thinking that Jordan's sitting in the second row of a Barry Manilow concert,
there's a good chance. There's
drinking a
a,
pina colada.
mm, perhaps there would be whatever he's got in there. It's green, yellow, or pink. I will say
Well,
that.
but let's have a guess. Let's have a guess for the heck of it.
You're going a white pina colada.
No, let's have a guess who he's seen.
Oh, dude, I can name like three singers. I mean, it's probably some, I don't know. I want to say like a jazz band type. I don't know. It could be an Irish thing.
Well, that would be better than the most music he listens to if it was a jazz band. So that would be good. There's
There,
some good
there,
jazz bands.
there is no, I mean, you could make up a name of somebody and I'd go, yeah, maybe. I mean, it could be Sean McGuire strumming his
Oh,
guitar. I mean,
this is exactly where I wanted this to go. This is good.
I mean, there's
Don't
no,
hey. Hey, speaking of that, episode 80 is coming up.
80. Sean McGuire. Yeah, I've got no clue. I mean,
All right.
no.
Well, he did he did pop in for a second, and I think he had some connection issues driving back from the Barry Manilow concert. He did say 6-0 Stros this week. Um,
Didn't
he
care about
said
San Diego. He said we're shutting that down.
no, he said his player of the week prediction was a cross between Brendan Rodgers or Yanier Maldonado. Um,
Yes.
and he did wish that they brought Dusty back. So with
Ooh,
that being said,
gross.
episode 78 is a wrap. Go Stros.
Go Stros.